गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। Let there be peace, let there be peace and love amongst all the human beings of this universe. Let there be peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have started the revision of 14th chapter, that is the Gadhupakhyan, the story of Gadhi. Gadhi is a certain Brahman, is a Kosala country, very virtuous Brahmin, and he was doing a lot of stotra patan, then a lot of austerities, taking every day the dip in the Ganges water, and doing all the rituals which are required for a Hindu Brahmin to do it. That's what all he was doing. He was a very pious person, very happy, very contented, very blissful, very cheerful, and over and above relaxed and cool. He was very happy whatever he was doing. But suddenly, what happens is everything happens suddenly only, and he started imagining. This imagination is a very bad thing. We go away from the divinity, we go away from the God, we go away from our nature, we go away from ourselves. We just imagine ये करना चाहिए, ये होना चाहिए, ऐसा तो होना चाहिए जिंदगी में. This what we should have a some great vehicle, we should have some great house, we should have. These are all worldly things. People ask. If you go more on subtler, then they will start feeling that this should happen according to my mind, and it happens. So that is again a circular again, but then you are going away from that is all siddhis. First siddhis are that according to you, your mind, all the things should happen in the world. That is a gross level siddhis. Second siddhis are that everything should happen according to the mind or wish you have. So again that is a siddhi because your ego is going up. So that is another siddhi. And people are doing so all pratana, jap, puja, dhyan, everything they are doing, and then they suffer because their somehow the ego gets pampered or the ego gets hampered. Pampered or hampered, both the things happens, and then if it is pampered, still he is suffering because his ego is up, he is away from the God, so he has to suffer. If he is hampered, so naturally he will be miserable. So both the situation is he loses his tranquility. Same happened with this Gadhi also. Gadhi, what has done is Gadhi started praying God Vishnu, and God Vishnu, obviously, they are very obedient listeners to the bhaktas. They are very obedient. So what he came and gave the darshana, and he said, "Okay, I am here now. Ask the boon. तुझे क्या चाहिए बता? Boon मांग तूने मेरे को मेरे नाम से इतना कल्ला किया. You are praying me, so please tell me what you want." So then, he thought very smart, like Gadhi, who is a very virtuous, pious Brahmin. What he thought is, let me ask him something different. And then he was said, Lord Vishnu, please, I desire to see your illusionary power of the Supreme Spirit. Actually, he should ask the tranquility, he should ask that oneness with the God, he should ask the different thing. But this Gadhi asked that I want to see the illusionary power, and these all divine figures like Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, or likewise, they are the boon givers. They are there to give the boons. They said Tathastu. Vishnu said Tathastu and he disappeared. He said, you'll see the illusionary power, and he disappeared. Vishnu वहां से चले गए. So that's all. We thought that okay, the boon will the this boon will has to materialize now because Vishnu has already given. And next day only when Gadhi went for doing his bath and he is supposed to do the Agamarshya Stotra, he is dipped up to the neck तक वो पानी के अंदर गंगा जी के अंदर बैठ के स्तोत्र गाते थे. अगमर्शन स्तोत्र सूर्य जी को प्रे करने के लिए. So that is his rituals, everyday rituals. But moment he took the deep in the water, what happens is Prabhu's Maya, the supreme spirit, illusionary power started getting inside the mind of this Gadhi, and he saw himself dead, surrounded by his all people, his own people. They took him to the cremation ground, and burned his body there. Ashes were only left. But then he was also seeing that, and then next birth also under the water where he was supposed to do Agamarshana Stotra. He has not started. He took another birth in Ona's family as a barbarian. There he had a wife, and the people around him started dying. So he was very much miserable. He is not dying; his people are dying. So then he ran away from that place of Hunas and then went to the place called as Kiraz, nowadays Kashmir. So he was standing on the Royal Highway, and that is the third experience in his life. An elephant came because the king of that Kiraz was dead, and the procedure of that place was to elephant picks up whoever he becomes the king. So elephant came, he picked up by his trunk and made him seated on the back, and the kettle drums were blown, and he became the king of Keras. And because people are not knowing his name as Gadhi, so then he was said as Gavala. So he became, then he not ruled 1 to 3 years, 8 years he has ruled, and somehow by chance one of his relative come to his palace and he said, "Hey, you are like me only. You are also outcast." And then people said, "Hey, how can a outcast be our king?" So they were very much disturbed, and then they thought, why to talk? They stopped giving any service to the king, but they thought we should do something to pure ourselves, but they couldn't find any solution. So finally, they all of them, almost not 1 to 3, 200 people jumped into the fire. And this king Gavala, that is Gadhi, Brahmin Gadhi, he understood this is all horrible and this happened because of me. And he was about to jump in the fire. And that time he woke up from that dream. So it is a dream which made him come out of that. And this is the first illusionary power shown by the Vishnu to him. So the story of Gadhi is very enchanting, and this story points out that to us also. The world thing is also all this is also a long, long dream, but we take it so real. So what has to be done in this dream? This dream also you enjoy. You come here only for a pilgrimage. You are here for some time, maybe 100 years, maybe 125 years. Enjoy your life every moment. Don't think. Moment you start thinking on some topic or the other, your mind is going to be miserable. So only act, don't react. सब काम करना है, सब कुछ करना है, बट प्रसन्न चित्त रहना है. प्रसन्न चित्त जो रहेगा उसको साइकोसोमेटिक डिसीजेस नहीं होगी, उसको परेशानी नहीं होगी, उसको बीपी भी नहीं होगा, उसको शुगर भी नहीं होगा, उसको कोई भी जो लाइफ स्टाइल डिसीजेस है वो बिल्कुल होंगे भी तो भी कम होंगे. एवरीडे यू लाफ इट आउट. अगर अपने मर्जी से कुछ चीज बन नहीं रही तो लाफ इट आउट. अरे ठीक है, गुड, laugh it out. Don't discuss on that. Don't react. Moment you react to all that secretions happens in the body, and then it goes as a psychosomatic disease, and people has to take the medicines for that, and ego also goes up, and the ego going up is again going away from your divinity, your divine nature, your own Ishta Devata. That's what Ishta Devata is sitting in your loving heart. So then you go away from that. So that was the first topic regarding story, as asked by the Gadhi Vishnu has shown in the first part of the film, where he has seen that this is there. And what happens is, then second topic is a mithya drishtasya satyatva. This whatever has been seen in the dream. Then one Brahmin, his friend, came and he said, "I am coming from Kirat Desh, and such a thing has happened in Kirat's days that there was a king who was from the outcast. He ruled there for 8 years." This is all story of Gadhi under the water. Before he was supposed to do the Agamarshana, he was silently listening. Hare, how come he's telling my story only? And all the people, 200 people died there, and then king also died and whatnot. He told that's why he did some Chandrayan this Vrat. And this Chandrayan Vrat is like that. You have to only take only one bite of the food on full moon day, then start reducing it. On when the black moon day, nothing to take, only water. So that's why he become pale. And this Gadhi was asking, how come you become a pale? And that's what happened. So Gadhi, because he couldn't understand what is this, so he himself, after this guest went away, he went to this place called as Kiraz and seen everything by his eyes. And then he saw how it is possible. So this is a God Vishnu's second Maya. Whatever has seen in the dream under the water, that is actually manifested at some place which is called as Kashmir or Kiraz. So now this Gadhi got totally confused. He himself has asked for a confusion in his life. उसने कंफ्यूजन मांगा तो भगवान ने कंफ्यूजन दे दिया, क्योंकि भगवान तो भगवान है. उन्होंने तथास्तु बोल दिया. तो भगवान को ऐसी वैसी चीज मांगना नहीं चाहिए, वो भी बताते हैं. सुप्रीम पावर देखना, क्यों देखना है सुप्रीम पावर? पावर भगवान का क्यों देखना है? Why you want to see that? But then he wanted to see, so he has seen, so he is suffering. पहले ये देख लिया कि क्या पानी के अंदर में क्या होता है, सब पूरे जहन दिखा दिए. Now he is seeing that is manifested also. Now he is asking the question in the shloka number 28. Gadhi said, I do not comprehend its secret. How did this delusion become real? ये जो delusion मेरे को हुआ था, पता था मेरे को कि वो delusion है. जैसे मैं पानी के नीचे से बाहर आया, पता चल गया delusion है. पर ये delusion होने के बाद मैं जब निकला तो मेरे को समझ नहीं रहा कि ये जो कैसे वो फिर किरात देश में एक्चुअल में कैसा क्या हो गया. ये आप बताइए. तो भगवान उद्देश्य, दैट इज द श्लोका नंबर 29, द टीचिंग ऑफ लॉर्ड. व्हाट लॉर्ड इज गोइंग टू टीच? फर्स्ट लॉर्ड इज गोइंग टू टीच how this different birth took place. 1, 2, 3. From Gadhi he became that outcast. From outcast he became the Gavala. From Gavala king, and from there he jumped into the fire and again become Gadhi. Because he was Gadhi only for 1.5 minutes. This has happened. This again, time is also very relative phenomena. These 3, 4 births are gone in 1.5 minutes. So time is a very relative concept. वो टाइम जो गांधी पानी के अंदर में थे वो 1.5 मिनट का था. पर वो टाइम जो उसके माइंड में था वो तो 3 बर्थ का टाइम हो गया, मे बी 250 years. Who knows how much time it is gone. So really this time scale is a very relative thing. So you should also not go into the time scale. You should know how much old this person is there. Can he do the religion? Can he? Everybody, a small kid may be 80 years and maybe old person maybe 100 years. Both can do the spirituality provided they know that they are divine. So that's why it's very good saying that whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, whether you know it or not, you are divine. इतना सिंपल है. आप ही वो परमात्मा परमेश्वर के डिविनिटी स्वरूप हो, आपका ही साक्षात रूप वो ही है. सो नाउ ही इज टेलिंग द हाउ दैट हैज बीन मैनिफेस्टेड एक्चुअली. जो उसने पानी के अंदर में जो डिल्यूजन देखा था, हाउ इट मैनिफेस्टेड. नाउ भगवान इज टेलिंग इन श्लोका नंबर 29. व्हाट ही इज टेलिंग वी हैव टू नाउ अंडरस्टैंड एंड लिसन. भगवान उवाच चित्तस्तं हि पृथिव्यादि न बहिस्तं कदाचन स्वप्न भ्रम पदार्थेषु सर्वैरेवानुभूयते. The earth and the like physical elements are only in the mind and never at any time exist separately. ये जो कुछ बाहर सब जो कुछ देख रहे हैं सब मन के अंदर है. They are experienced just by everybody in the delusion objects of a dream. जो ड्रीम में देखा है वही बाहर दिखता है. जो आप मांगोगे वही मिलेगा. तो उन्होंने मांगा कि ये किरण देश में ऐसा हो तो तथास्तु, वो भी तथास्तु हो गया. सब वो बाहर हो गया क्योंकि ये उनके माइंड से चालू हुआ था. So then it has been understood. So subsequently God says, now this is all Bhagwan Updesh. Very attentively we have to understand that. Yatra ananta jagadjalam sanstita tena chetasa darshitam swapachatvam chetatadatra vismayakut. So 30th shloka. If by that mind where the endless illusion of the world is situated, the state of outcast has been displayed, then where is the astonishment in this matter? ये अपन ने पहले भी देखा है. How we have seen that? We know that it's all Chitakash. Chitakash means solid conscious existence. In solid conscious existence, we have seen a Samsara Mandapam. In Samsara Mandapam, there will be a lot of different topics and articles going on. Like in computer, there are a lot of programs running in the virtual mode. You can shift by one click from one program to another program to another program. Here also in life, then God is saying that you can shift. And what is there new in this? It is all Linux based or this window based system. So there the programs are supposed to run based on the software which you are using. So that's what it's told here also. Yatha shokachata drushta pratibhasa vashatvaya tathevatithi mayatam drushtavani si sambrame. As the state of being an outcast was pursued by you through the influence of illusion, so also you have seen the guest who had arrived in that delusion. और जो गेस्ट आया उसने भी वही डिल्यूजन देखा. तथा हृनस्थलं प्राप्य दृष्टोऽसि प्राक्तनं गृहं तथा कीरेषु राजत्वं दृष्टवान् प्रतिबिम्बितं. Thus you have seen the former residence having reached the place of Unas. So have you seen the kingship of the Kiras reflected in the mind that caused the delusions. It is all delusion. कदाचित् प्रतिभेकेवं बहुनामेऽपि जायते तदेव सन्निवेशेन सपेचाप्य भवेत् पुरा. At say some time or the other, the one light of consciousness alone is born as that of the many. So the example is given light of the consciousness. Moment you add to this consciousness your thought process, that's what is comes in the mind. So the consciousness plus thoughts is equal to mind. Consciousness में जो कोई thoughts डालोगे, मैं human being हूँ, मैं पुरुष हूँ, मैं ये हूँ, मैं ये हूँ, because you are correlating it with the world. So naturally you will have that. Only by its deep entrance proximity, the outcast also came into existence formally. आप वैसे चिंतन करते रहे तो जगत ऑटोमेटिकली तैयार हो गया, वैसा पूरा पिक्चर वहां पे आ गया. सो किरण रूपति भूत्वा प्रविवेशानलं तथा तवा भूत केवलम चित्ते स्वसबंध हित. Having become the king of the Kiras, he then entered into the fire. That indeed happened solely in your mind due to self-relatedness. वो पूरा इतना स्टोरी हो गया. पहले गधी था, गधी पानी के अंदर ये गया, पहले बूंद मांगा, फिर पानी के अंदर गया, पानी के अंदर से वहां पे उसका डेथ हो गया, वहां से उसको फिर वो कश्मीर का राजा बना, कश्मीर राजा बना, लोग मर गए, 8 साल के बाद फिर वो भी कूद गया. दिस ऑल हैपनिंग इन द माइंड बिकॉज इट इज अ ड्रीम. He was under the water. He was supposed to do the Agama Stotra. Same thing got reflected at some place, the other place, at actual Kira's place. So what is the fun in that? He says it is naturally whatever has been dreamt or thought about, वो सब होने लग गया. Due to the ज्ञान सापरिपूर्वत्वं न शक्नोषि मनोभ्रमं विनिवारयितुं तेन तैर्नैवाक्रमशेषणात्. Due to the lack of fullness of the knowledge, you are not able to ward off the mental delusion. On account of that, you are overcome in a moment by that very delusion. तूने जो डिलीजन आया था क्योंकि तूने क्या किया, लैक ऑफ फुलनेस ऑफ नॉलेज. कभी ये सोचा ही नहीं कि ये डिविनिटी का क्ले चल रहा है. तो ये सोचा कि ये तो मेरे को हो रहा है. मैं तो गादी था, ब्राह्मण था, ब्राह्मण ने क्वेश्चन पूछा, विष्णु ने बताया, बूंद दिया, उसके बाद मैं पानी के अंदर गया, वहाँ 1.5 मिनट रुका, 1.5 मिनट में एक मेरा एक मृत्यु हो गया. उसके बाद मैं मृत्यु होने के बाद व्हाट हैपेंड इज आई हैव बिकम आउटकास्ट. I married to a lady, my relatives died, I become miserable, I ran to this Kira's place. From Kira's place, that elephant came, he garlanded me, so I had to sit back on him, become a king for 8 years. Another relative came, he saw me there, people jump into the fire, not 1, 2, 3, 200. I also jumped into the fire. This is all happening in delusion. You asked it, so happened. That has happened in the world also because you forget your nature that you are divine. So much, everything is light, so much of divinity. Like this example is given, it is a light of consciousness. Similarly, if you see the normal light also, see the electric power goes into the all gadgets. It may go into the geyser, it may go into the fan, it may go to the electricity lamp. And what happens is then in lamps elements, fan starts moving, geysers start giving hot water, but the electricity is same. If the filament lamp gets blown up, it will not give any light. Do you mean to say that there is no electricity? Electricity is very much there, but now that bulb is not functioning. Similarly, here also, all the ideas, all the thought process are very much in the world because this world itself is an illusion. It's only a play of that Maya, that is that divinity which we are. It is a play of that Ishvara, Vishnu, Brahma, or Shivji, which we are. We are unfragmented, we are undivided. बट क्या हो जाता है, अपन एक इंडिविजुअलिटी पकड़ के बैठे. आई एम सत्येंद्र टॉकिंग हियर इन द यूट्यूब स्टूडियो एंड पीपल आर लिसनिंग. सो आई डिवाइडेड, बट मोमेंट आई ड्रॉप सेंस ऑफ otherness, if sense of otherness is zero and sense of incompleteness is also zero, ये दोनों भी zero हो गए तो क्या हो जाएगा, everybody will be with the divine and world will not exist. And that was with the fear in the last chapter. Prahlad when he was praying and everybody was about to become divine. So what God requested Prahlad, he said, you remain a Jivan Mukta and keep on doing this sadhana till the end. That is what is in my order to you, because now you are Jivan Mukta, you should not give a wrong signal to the world. And you are supposed to tell the people, and you are praying Vishnu, that's good, but then you are becoming Vishnu, that is also good. But don't get dissolved into the Vishnu because you are supposed to do the Vishnu's job. विष्णु का जॉब करना पड़ेगा, ये बॉडी छोड़ने की जरूरत नहीं. एंड you can make the people Vishnu mein. Everybody can be happy, tranquil, cheerful, blissful, contented, and relaxed and cool. They'll enjoy their life, but let them not get merged into the Vishnuji, because then this world play, the drama will not go. It will come to an end. So the Prahlad understood that, and that's what the last story was there. Same thing is reflected here. All the stories are telling us to always remember our divine nature. That's why what it says is, it is very nicely said. What? Always when you are in the relative world, always when you are in the world, always when you are doing any job, office job, home job, whatever, remember your absolute nature and be happy. How to remember absolute nature? Two ways. Remember your Ishtadevat, he is absolute, I am one with him. That is one way. Second way is, remember that this world is only a Maya or play of that divinity. So enjoy. It is a long, long dream, enjoy. You can go by that way, or you can go that you are itself the divine, but You have to drop your ego. Ego dropping is very important. Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahansa used to say, "Me gela ki janjal gela." He used to say, you have to drop ego. Moment your ego is dropped, you are one with that Almighty. Or he used to say that I am Dhulichi Dhul. Me Dhulichi Dhul, I am the dust of the dust. So much of ego you have to drop. But what happens is human beings, the nature itself is ego. Ego and desire are the two poisonous things for the human being by which they suffer. Ego, if somebody says something to you, good or bad, accept it as there only and no comments. Just thank them and forget about that. Some news comes about you in press or maybe YouTube. Okay, share, happy, and forget about it there only because it's a divine plan. It's a long, long dream going on. Are we not supposed to participate in dream? Definitely participate. Everybody says definitely participate, but with the zero desire level and with the zero ego level. If it comes, good and well and good, okay, thank the people. If it doesn't come, still well and good. Hari Icha, Hari Krupa. You should not drop. You should not only have only Hari Icha as per your Icha. Hari Icha and Hari Krupa both are same. It is not different because sense of otherness is zero and sense of incompleteness is also zero. So, like if you take the sense of otherness, like my hand and my head, if my head is bitten by my hand, there is no sense of otherness because it's me only. So, my head is not going to shout at the hand, why you are clapping me? He's not going to say like that. And similarly, if my teeth bites my tongue, teeth are not going to complain to the some court, ki, now you give a punishment to the teeth because this tongue, I am a tongue, so it will be no, because it's oneness. Sense of otherness is zero and sense of incompleteness means I am fully complete. I don't want anything. Everything is there with me. Very good saint used to say, "हमको कुछ नहीं चाहिए, माँ हमको सब दिए छे. हमको कुछ नहीं चाहिए, हमको माँ सब दिए छे." What is the meaning by that? Mother has given me everything. I don't want anything. What he has actually only a pair of clothes and few books to read. Nothing more than that. His sampatti was there, but still he says he is very happy. The mother of Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahansa once Keshav Babu, the king, has asked, "Mother, tell me what you want." She said, "I am contented. I have everything with me." Then you have to take something. Okay, okay, I'll tell you in the evening. What she told in the evening, she told, okay, bring some tuna for me, lime. वो पान को लगाने के लिए लगता है. So she asked, so then he just broke his head. I am the king. I can give her a kingdom. I can give her the palaces. I can give you whatnot. But she is asking tuna. So what these are great people. They have no desire. Their desire levels are zero, and their ego levels are also zero. So for them, this is a perfectness. For us, it is a practice. For us, it is a sadhana we have to do. We have to always remember that for all the sadhakas, we are not siddhas. We will be doing the mistakes in life. People will be cursing us. People will say he's a useless person. People will say he's thotad. People will say, and many times we will be mistakes also. But through the mistake, we have to learn. Every experience should take us towards the divinity. Every experience should take us to the God which we are. Every experience, what is that? Very so simple formulas are given here. What are the simple formulas? Hari Icha and Hari Krupa. If something happens according to your wish, it is Hari Icha. If something goes against your wish, it is Hari Krupa. So do that. Be happy with that. And main thing is mind your mind. जब तक तुम तुम्हारा mind नहीं करोगे, तब तक तुम्हारे जिंदगी में happiness नहीं आ सकता. That's what has been told here. Let us take one shloka and stop here, and maybe tomorrow we'll continue. So तप कुरुतमुत्थात ततो ज्ञानमाप्स्यसि इत्युक्ता तक्तसङ्कल्प गाधी तत्रो करोत्तप आत्मचिन्तनरूपं च मनोभ्रम निवृत्तते दशवर्षाणि तनोसा आत्मज्ञानम् अवाप्यवान् जीवन मुक्त पदं प्राप्य वीतशोगो बभूव च. Having risen, you perform penance for spiritual enlightenment, and then you will gain knowledge. Thus told Gadhi with his wishes, imagination given up. Now what he has done is first is उसने अपनी जो विशेष है वो सब ड्रॉप कर दी, इमेजिनेशन ड्रॉप कर दी. मेरे को ऐसा चाहिए, मेरे को वैसा चाहिए, मेरे को तुम्हारा ये देखना है. आई वांट टू सी योर वो व्हाट गांधी हैज आस्क्ड की आई वांट टू सी द इल्यूजनरी पावर ऑफ द स्पिरिट. सब कुछ ड्रॉप कर दिए, कुछ भी नहीं. एंड डिड पेनेंस 10 years. 10 साल उसने इंक्वायरी किया, रिफ्लेक्शन किया. 10 years he was attending the afternoon meetings and in the form of reflection on the self. क्या करके reflection on self. Important is you have to reflect on the self that we are for the cessation of the mental delusion. मन में जो गलत गलत धारणाएं आ रही है, मन में जो गलत गलत भावना आती है, उसको डिलीट करने के लिए उसने 10 साल ये किया. क्या किया? रॉन्ग नोशंस ड्रॉप किया. What are the wrong notions? Wrong notions about yourself, wrong notion about spiritual practice, wrong notion about the world, wrong notion about the God. ये चारों drop किया उसने. By that penance he obtained knowledge of the self and attained to the state of liberation while living. That means he become a Jivan Mukta Padam Prapya. He has got the Jivan Mukta Padam. He become free from sorrow. जीवन मुक्त हो तो क्या हो जाएगा? Free from sorrow. If in your life the sorrows are coming, then जीवन मुक्ति is far away. जीवन में दुख आ रहा है, परेशानी हो रही, तो you are far away from the जीवन मुक्ति. So that has been said, and there are a lot of shlokas, maybe around 8 to 10 still remaining, that we'll see it tomorrow with this prayers. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramachandra Arpanamastu.